What's going on, hikers? In today's video, I'm here to help make your life easier.
That was easy.
Our mission is to increase your quality of life on trail, and the first hack is take a binder clip, put it on the bill of your hat, and then clip your rain jacket to the bill of the hat using the binder clip. If you don't like restricted movement, maybe this isn't a good fit for you, but it will keep that hood secure. For our second hack, we're going to use the Sawyer squeeze. A lot of people think these come with a little mesh bag, and the mesh bag is just made to hold all the components that come with the filter. It has a little loop at the top because you can actually do a gravity fed system with the Sawyer squeeze. As you can see, I have a hose attached, and if you fill up the bladder and attach it, hang it on a tree or something, the water, you don't even have to squeeze, it will filter itself. There are other attachments available that make this even easier. There are some bladders that are honestly a lot better than the Sawyer bladders, and there's some couplings that you can buy, and also little clips so you can close off the water and it won't just keep draining out. All the gear that we're talking about in today's video, I will link in the description, so if you want to see more about it, you can just check that out. Our third hack involves tape. I prefer tenacious tape, but you could also use duct tape. A lot of people like to put it around their trekking pole. Now, if you're going to use tenacious tape and you're going to use it for blisters, I think that it might be a little bit unsanitary to put it like I have. I just put some around an ink pen. Duct tape, tenacious tape, they both work great. Maybe you break a tent pole and you're needing some tape to just hold it back together and get you through the rest of the trip. Having some of that around for whatever reason, it comes in so handy. I will tell you though, if you leave the duct tape on your trekking pole for too long, it will pretty much harden up, and maybe you can take out the angle grinder and cut it off. I don't know. Our fourth hack is to use your wristwatch as a compass. You heard that right. If you're in an emergency situation and you need to know your directions, take your wristwatch. If you're in the northern hemisphere, point the hour hand at the sun. Halfway between the sun and 12 o'clock, that's going to be directly south. If you're in the southern hemisphere, do the same thing, but switch 12 o'clock and the hour hand. Point your watch using 12 o'clock at the sun, and halfway between it and the hour hand is going to be directly south. If you're doing daylight savings time, switch 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. You're good to go. Now, you will need a wristwatch in order to do this hack. And the wristwatch that I'm currently wearing is called the 40mm C5 Tactical Field Watch. I love this watch because it's waterproof down to about 100 meters or roughly 330 feet. It has interchangeable bands. I purchased 2 extra bands with it. So now, this watch is great for formal occasions and informal occasions. I can beat it up on trail. I can wear it with a suit. And one really awesome thing about it, it is totally solar powered. So 6 hours in the sun, it gives me 6 months of battery life. I can charge it with any light source, even a candle light. If you're wondering where I got this watch, I actually purchased it from today's video sponsor, which is VearWatches.com. I'm going to link my affiliate link in the description below if you want to check out a bunch of their watches. They have over 30 on their website, and they're at all different price points, so I'm sure there's one that would fit directly into your budget. They're American assembled. 1% of the total revenue goes to protecting wildlife and ecosystems. I'd love for you to check out the link in the description and shop around on their website, see if there's something that fits your needs. Our fifth hack involves your cook kit. Something I hate doing is washing dishes, and something that happens to me is I'll bring a rag to kind of wipe things out, and then by the end of the trip, this rag is absolutely disgusting. So I found a workaround for that. If you're around a creek or something that's got some silt or sand, you can actually take that, scoop some into your cook pot or skillet or whatever you're cooking with, and you can use the sand as basically an abrasive material, kind of like a scrubber to clean everything out. Now, if you have a special coating on your cook kit, you may want to refrain from doing this and bring a little piece of a sponge or scrubber that's safe to use on your kit, of course. Our sixth hack is bring some extra cordage whenever you're out on trail. Now, I'm going to bring a bear hanging kit anyway, so I still have 50 feet of cordage, but I like to bring a little extra because maybe I want to make a clothing line around camp and let my clothes dry if it's a nice sunny day. Or my main purpose a lot of times is securing my tarp down. I got doors on my tarp and I want to tie those down. That brings me to our seventh hack, because what if you can't dry your clothes out on the clothesline? What if you can't use that binder clip from your hat as a clothespin? Well, I have a workaround for that too. If you will totally wring out your clothes, if they're soaking wet, maybe it's been sweating all day, or maybe you've just been in rain all day, wring out all that excess water, and if the clothes are just kind of damp, you can sleep with them in your sleeping bag. You'll be surprised at how much they'll dry out overnight. I've been with people that will bring one of these little Walmart grocery bags, and they'll put their shoes in it, and what they're doing is they don't want their shoes to be frozen whenever they try to stick their feet in them in the morning. You get up, it's 20 degrees out there, and you're trying to stick your foot in those shoes, and it's like an ice block. So if you put your shoes in one of those little grocery bags, I would put them in the foot box of my sleeping bag. Our 8th hack is going to save you some weight, especially if you like to bring a pillow when you're out on trail, which I do. One option I've seen is people will take a stuff sack and stick their clothes in it if they're dry, and they'll use that as the pillow. I don't find it very comfortable. My clothes are stinky. So instead, what I like to do, and I did this most of the long trail, I will take my puffy jacket, or this is a mid-layer jacket. This is called the Men's First Light Hybrid Hoodie by Black Diamond. You can just zip it up and you can stuff the jacket into the hood, and then you'll have yourself a nice little pillow. But this jacket, the cool feature is it has a chest pocket on it, and if you unzip it, you can actually kind of turn this jacket to where it stuffs into its own pocket and then zip it up. And now you have yourself a nice little fluff ball that you can sleep comfortably on at night. For our 9th hack, I have a product that's gotten me into a little bit of hot water. Personally, I have burned a hole in my underquilt before, because if you compress hot hands, they get super hot. And I just tossed one into my backpack, and my underquilt was in there, and you know, you're stuffing stuff in, didn't think anything about it. I no longer do that. What I do with my hot hands, they're totally not intended for my source of warmth. These are basically just supplemental, something to make me a little bit more comfortable whenever I'm in the woods. I will take 2 pairs of socks, and I'll put a pair of hot hands in between the double layer of socks. If that's not your jam, you can get yourself a polar jammer. These are sold by my buddy A. Todd, All Things Outdoors, on his Etsy page. If it's gonna be really cold, I'll put my electronics in here. I'll throw a hot hands in there, maybe even my bottle of water so it doesn't freeze overnight. And these things also keep your hands nice and warm. So if you wanna check out his Etsy shop, I don't know if he's still selling them, but maybe he will make you one. For our 10th hack, take your headlamp that you're gonna have with you anyway, take your bottle. I have an Nalgene bottle, but it really works with any bottle, and you just attach the headlamp to the outside of the bottle. So if you have a strap, you can just kind of tighten it up, and then you have yourself a lantern. This gives you some nice ambient light. Maybe you want to leave it on in your tent if you're scared of the dark, like me. I don't know, but I think it's nice to have around camp, especially if you're just sitting around the fire and you want some light over here so that you can see a little better. Our 11th hack, you got to start that fire some way. Here is my hack. I take lens wipes. I'll literally buy these by the box because I wear glasses and they get dirty on trail. You can clean your phone screen, you can clean your camera lens, take better pictures, and best of all, once you're done with it, these things are coated in ethanol, so they'll make you a nice little fire starter. Let me know in the comments below what are some other hacks that I could include in this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you give me one of these, subscribe to the channel, and kick that notification bell for the latest notifications. We'll see you in the next one.